Hello and welcome to the Sisters of Stardust, our D&D campaign we do every week here on TikTok. I'm Zach, the Dungeon Master, and with me as always is my awesome sister, and I will let her introduce herself and her character.
Hello! I am Pantart, aka Deidra Shimmerstone, and I am a storm sorcerer with the halfling mark of healing.
And do you remember what happened last time, Amanda?
No.
Last time, we, Felony, their new friend who's been living with them, was clearing out a lot of stuff in the basement because she had lived there for a long time previous, because if you remember correctly, she was a ghost, and they found a bone for her and cast a clone spell and let her have a new body. But yeah, she now has a job clearing out the basement of the cathedral library place, same place where Deidra works, and she found a secret passageway. So naturally, she went to Deidra and was like, "Hey, let's go and investigate." And so they investigated it. They got all of the other girls in the house, and they all started to check out this place. So they basically went into a room, and there was like a false floor. So they had to make some like ropes and climb down to the bottom of this floor, and then climb back up. They found another room with a big pillar, and they had to cast a bunch of different spells and some basins to make this pillar come down. Naturally, they did that after getting shocked a couple times and frozen a little bit. Then they found a room that was filled. It was basically a tomb, tons of skeletons, but they ended up putting a couple of glowing orbs into some torches to basically make some stairs to a pedestal in the middle of the room after fighting a bunch of these skeletons. And after fighting the skeletons, they found a golden mask. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. They found a golden mask in this room, and Deidra was afraid to put it on and try it, so that is where we left off. She's going to investigate what this mask is and figure out basically what's up with this mask in this room.
Holiday.
So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna have. I think Jeanette has it. Yeah, Jeanette has detect magic. Will that tell me what?
So identify is the spell that like tells you what a magic item is. Detect magic just tells you what type of magic was coming off of it.
And it's transfiguration magic and.
So it has transmutation magic coming off it and necrotic.
Okay, I want to go to a safe environment.
Okay.
With my family, so everyone's gonna be there.
Okay.
I want to see what happens when I put this thing on.
You're gonna put it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm scared.
So, are you just going back to the mansion, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So back at the mansion, you put the mask on. I want you to make a wisdom saving throw, Deidra.
$14.
14. Okay, so you put this mask on, and it so it doesn't have like a latch or anything. So if you put it on, you basically have to hold it, but it suctions onto your face. And as
it is the mask.
Yeah, it suctions onto your face, and as it's suctioned onto your face, you can hear something talking to you in your head. It is a woman's voice, and basically, first thing you hear once it's sucked onto your face is, "Oh." I'm trying to channel this voice right, even though I'm a man. Let's do it. Oh. Somebody's finally found me.
So I'm just gonna say, what is this? What's going on?
She's like, she says, well, I'm the queen.
You're the queen.
I'm the queen.
The queen of...
Of queens?
The queen of queens?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't know we had a queen.
She's like, well, I am the queen.
How long have you been
Give me a
stuck
history
down there?
check. And what did you say? I'm sorry.
18 on history. I said, how long have you been stuck down there?
So there is, after she says she's the queen and you're like, I didn't know we had a queen. You actually do know a story about a queen 100 years ago who basically, she basically, her prince didn't show up to a wedding and then she went missing, essentially is what happened. So a lot of people are like, were looking for her and thought that maybe she just went to retirement, but she went missing, and this was like hundreds of years ago. So queens did have a queen hundreds of years ago, but it was a long time ago. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah. Basically.
So how did you get stuck down there?
So she says, she's like, well, I had what would I call him? An associate. I had an associate put part of my soul into this mask that I wore on my coronation day. So when I died, I would wake up in the mask, and then whoever put on the mask, or if they basically put the mask back onto my body, and I'd come back. But I've just been kind of sitting here in the mask for a really long time.
Well, the problem is that it's been hundreds of years since you went missing, so I doubt we could find your body.
She's all, huh. Well, yeah, I doubt you'd be able to find my body either. She's like, but how do I say this? She's like, so my ship sank in the ocean, and I actually froze me and everybody around me, and that's how I died. So, my body could be somewhere in the ice, but I don't know.
Do you want us to try to find your body?
She's like, well, if you could, unless you want me to just live with you forever.
I mean, we could grow her a body.
She's like, oh, anything would work, really. But as
How
she
many
says,
bodies are we going to grow in this campaign?
I know, right? As she says, if you want to keep, basically, either you can keep me around or you can make me a body. You feel the mask like tighten harder onto your face.
Oh, so she's like not gonna give me up, basically.
I mean, there's probably ways for you to figure it out, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It was a subtle gesture on her part. She's like, but maybe. She's like, I'm sure if we find my body, we can find some way to reinstate me to power. There has to be some type of archive.
Well, we haven't had a queen in hundreds of years. I doubt that people would want a queen in power now.
She's like, huh. You do know that there is like a governor in the town still, and
yeah,
Yeah, that's about as much as you would know about that. Because you were saying you were trying to keep your head low and not, like, go out, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes. But yeah, are you talking out loud when you're having this conversation?
Yeah.
So everyone around you is kind of like, because you can only hear her in your head. And Arya actually walks up to you. She's like, your eyes are glowing blue right now.
Sweet. Will they constantly glow blue while I have this mask on?
Could be. You didn't notice a change when you put it on, so. But yeah, Arya's basically like, I don't know. And all the girls seem pretty interested in it, in the mask, actually. But yes. Boom, boom.
So I asked the girls, I'm like, what do you guys think we should do for the queen? Do you think that we should give her a body?
So you explain, like, kind of what's going on with the queen, because they couldn't hear, like I said. And I feel like all of them have different opinions on it, so I feel like Arya's basically like, we could, but she's basically like, I'll go if you want to go, but it does seem like a lot of hassle to find ice. She's like, although it would be a fun adventure. Telane's basically like, we're gonna go and find a queen, and then like she's like interested in it and she wants to do it. Jeanette's basically like, like, yeah, we could go and do it, but what happens if, like, this is gonna be a lot of trouble. She's like, they're like, once we get this queen back, she's gonna be all weird. Like, obviously she's gonna want to be queen again, but how do we go about doing that? You get the sense
that's something that she'll have to figure out on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to help her with that part. But I do want to get this mask off of me. So.
And they're like, oh, it's stuck?
Yeah, it's stuck.
Do you want to try and pull it off?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go to try to pull it off, it is stuck to your face. It's not like hurting you to try and pull it off, but it's like full on like stuck. But yeah. If you want to like try and yank it off, you can too, but just like general tug, you got the idea that, oh yeah, this thing's stuck.
I'll try to pull it off.
Okay, you can either give me a strength, it can be a strength check or a dexterity check.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you put your hands on both sides of this mask, and like, I want to say that you're like kind of talking as you're doing it, and you just, it's weird, like you feel like it's stuck and you just like poop, like pop it off really fast.
It's like one of those containers that like has the pop off lid, like it's stuck on there, but if you like pull hard enough it just pops right off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like, whoa, okay. But yeah, when you look at the inside of the mask, it like glows with like a shimmery blue light, and then like kind of fades.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see that that thing was stuck on you.
I'm gonna I think we should go try to find her body. I'm intrigued by this.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
And if she wants to become a queen again, I doubt she's going to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially without our help, so...
I got you. Yeah, so how do you want to go about trying to find this, frozen chunk of ice that basically went down in the shipwreck?
Do I know where the shipwreck was?
So she didn't, like, tell you anywhere. She just said, my ship went down and I froze us all in place. And that's how I died. So she didn't tell you where it was, or anything like that.
Okay. Let's go see Vance.
Vance? Your dad? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said yeah.
Okay, sorry. It didn't go. I didn't hear you, so yeah. So you can contact Vance using a message spell. And he's like currently out at sea right now. He's like, do you want me to come pick you up at port, or do you want to meet me in what's it called? Stormhome.
Do you have a teleportation circle on your ship?
He's like, I do have a teleportation circle on my ship. Do you guys have a teleportation circle with you, though?
I think so.
Okay.
I thought so.
I don't remember. But yeah, we'll say you can just teleport to a ship then. Okay, you teleport to the ship. So Van's basically like, so what are we doing?
We're gonna find the queen.
He's like, the queen of queens?
Yeah.
He's like, she hasn't been alive in, I don't know. A lot of people say she just like sunk herself in the middle of the ocean. So if we can find her ship, I'm sure there's tons of riches. But
well, she did sink in the ocean in her ship, and she froze her and everybody around her. So we have a frozen body that we're trying to find.
He's like, how do you know this?
I like pull out the mask, and I'm like, she told me.
He's like,
I have a Horcrux.
He like looks at it. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, if she's like powerful enough to have a mask that can just bring her back to life, I don't know. I guess we can figure this out.
I also want to search her ship, so.
Okay. He's like, did she tell you anywhere it would have been?
No, but I was planning on coming here and putting the mask back on so that I can ask her.
And he's like, so you can just put this mask on and this woman will tell you where to go.
Yeah, but it gets stuck to my face.
How'd you get it off the first time?
I rolled a natural 20.
He's all...
I yanked it off as hard as I could, and it came off.
He's like, well, fair enough. I guess we can all pull the mask off if it comes to that. Yes. Yeah, if you want to try it back on, we can go look. He's like, I'm not going to be doing any shipping right now. We just delivered a shipment, and we were going to do 3 days of downtime. But I think finding ancient treasure is fun. So
well, pretty fun.
Like everybody else
fun,
is like,
right?
Like he's like, I'm not going to have a hard time pitching this to the crew, is what I'm saying.
All right. Everybody's just excited about this like adventure that we get to go on. I feel like it's been pretty, like, low-key for a while.
Yeah.
You know, we've been keeping it to Queens, like, keeping our heads down.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple of fun things in the cathedral, but now we're, like, a frozen body in the middle of the sea.
Yeah. Well, and then there's, like, it's been, like, 6 months, because we had to grow, I think, 2 bodies. I don't remember anymore.
I think we just grew Felony's body. So it's been at least 4 months.
Okay. 4 months. So, yeah. Everybody, like, your dad basically goes out on his deck and, like, explains what's going on to his first mate. And basically tells everybody to get ready to go. He's like, everybody seems fine with what's going on. This is after a couple hours, obviously.
Perfect.
He's like, where are we going?
All right, let's figure this out. I put the mask on.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, Queen, we're setting out to find your body. Do you know what whereabouts it is?
She's like, let me roll to see if she would remember. Or how well she remembers, rather.
She remembers. Roll high.
Oh. Okay.
What'd you get?
18.
Okay.
So she's basically like, she's like, yes. She's like, I was sailing off the coast to the east, and we basically started to turn to the northeast after 3 days travel, and then a storm hit. And there was a lightning bolt that cracked my ship in two. I gotta go into her voice. There was a lightning bolt that cracked my ship in two. But yeah, a lightning bolt cracked her ship in two. And she actually had a bunch of ships with her at the time. She's explaining how she had, like, basically, what's it called? A force of ships.
A fleet?
A fleet of ships, there we go. She was like, I had a ton of ships, and a lot of us started to sink at the same time. She's like, it was almost as if somebody had, like, something decided it didn't want us there and just sunk us all. So she's all
spooky.
She's like, but I did try to save as many of my crew as I could. I was basically freezing their ships into ice blocks so that they wouldn't, like, she basically says she, like, was freezing all the ships together so they would still float, but it didn't end up working. But she's like, if it's still there, there's probably a giant chunk of ice in the middle of the ocean. And if it's not, there's probably a giant fleet of ships under the water altogether. Mine's the ship that got cracked into two.
How are we gonna get into the ice?
She's like, oh, since you're wearing my mask, I can control ice.
Oh. Well, okay.
That being said, I'm going to tell you, like, what you can do with her ice powers. So you're immune to cold damage. You have resistance to fire damage while you have the mask on. You can move across difficult terrain caused by snow and ice without spending extra movement. You can also make the ground within 10 feet around you become icy and difficult, like, terrain. And you can also shoot a 15-foot cone of freezing... create a 15-foot cone of freezing wind expanded from an outstretched hand in the direction you choose. Each creature in the cone must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 4d6 damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful. And their speed is halved on their next turn. But yeah, that's what you can do with the mask on. But she can do other stuff with like the ice, like basically. She's like, once we get there, we can figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, you feel a surge of ice magic go through you. Also, the DC for this mask, like the power while you're using this mask, is 20.
The spell save?
Yeah.
Sweet. What if I just want to keep wearing it?
That's your choice. Boom, boom.
My eyes glowing blue?
What's up? Yeah, while you have the mask on, your eyes are like glowing blue. Like little blue stars.
Okay. Okay. So I tell them where the ship was.
Okay. He's like 3 days out from Queens. And then east, whatever she said.
Northeast.
Northeast. Boom, boom. I feel like I said that wrong. Queens is on the west coast, not the east coast. So it should be 2 days or 3 days west and then northwest. My apologies. In the other campaign, Queens was on the west side. So I forgot that. But yeah, Vance gets everybody ready and starts going that direction. He's like, is there anything you want to take before we go? Who do you have with you?
Arya, Talane, and Jeanette.
Got it. Boom.
Because I don't want to pull up any other stat blocks.
Got you. So as you're like going through this, as you're doing these 3 days journey, I want you to roll a d6. And do it 3 times.
4. What?
4. Okay, first day's
4.
good.
4.
4 again. Second day's good.
1.
1? Manda. I'm just kidding. So on the third day where you like kind of are going to switch your coordinates, you get you come outside and it is like notably colder. And on the side of the ship there are like, what would I call them? Chunks of ice forming on the, basically the sides of the ship. And it's weird how they're forming. They're like coming up the ship and they're like on the railing.
So I go to Vance. I'm like, what do we do?
Vance basically like, well, we can break them off or keep going.
So I asked the lady in my head, I'm like, can you control this ice to get it off?
She's like, let me try. Make a wisdom saving throw.
15.
15. So for a moment, your body, like, you feel your posture change and, like, just get way, like, more, you're, like, standing more, I guess, regal. Is that the way I want to say that?
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what, like, it feels very unnatural because it's not you moving. Sorry, I got to sneeze. Okay, so it feels very unnatural because it's not you moving your body. It's like, what on earth? And you see her put her hand out, or you put your own hand out, really, and basically your hand is out and it starts to move, and you see the shifting of the ice blocks on the side of the ship, and like a bunch of the ice actually does fall off, but then there's actually a creature in some of these ice blocks that pops out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Let's see how many creatures there are.
1.
8. There are 8 ice creatures, and they have like wings and start to fly. And it's funny because you literally...
Lightning.
What's up?
Why don't I have call lightning?
I don't know. Well, call lightning's probably a... What's it called? Druid spell. Sorry, you keep like coming in and out for me.
It's because I keep leaning forward to look at my computer.
No, I mean like the connection keeps coming on and off, so I can't hear everything you're saying. But basically, what is happening right now? Like the queen does her magic with your hand, and she's like, "Oh, I broke it." Like she doesn't say that, but that's the vibe you get, and she like drops like this weird control she had for a second, and you like feel completely like yourself again.
Can I attack?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll to hit one of them.
I'm going to do lightning bolt.
Okay.
And that can hit multiple, right?
Yeah. And they are flying, so... And they're all, like, on the edge of the ship. So there's 8 of them, and I'll say that they're all probably 5 feet apart. They're all, like, right next to each other square-wise, if that makes sense. If we were using a grid.
Okay.
Like in a row.
So I could probably hit 4 of them?
You could probably hit 4 of them. You could hit all of them if you, like, ran up to the side and then shot it. Depending on how far it goes.
It's 100 feet long.
Oh, you definitely could hit them all.
Okay.
Boom.
So I'll roll the hit.
Cool.
What's my modifier? $22.
22. How far away are you from the first one, too?
I don't know. I'd say like 5 feet, 10 feet.
Okay. And it's a roll to hit with the lightning bolt?
Oh, no.
Okay.
They need to make a dexterity saving throw, all 8 of them.
Okay. First one is a 3. Second one is 16. Natural 1. 3.
12.
16.
18.
7. Jeez. 7. Last one. 5. Okay, so 2 of them pass, the rest of them fail.
32 damage.
32. Jeez, and what's 32 half?
16.
16K. Okay, so 2 of them survive. The rest of them get hit and explode into ice, and they like shoot shards of ice onto the deck. So you see that your lightning like doesn't touch the deck or anything, but when they blow up, like this ice starts to hit everywhere.
Into like ice shards.
Yeah. But there are 2 left. Let's roll initiative real quick.
Okay. Okay.
I lost my pen. There it is. Okay.
Last time we did initiative with everybody, that was too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to start with Tulane.
Okay.
And she got an 8.
8, okay. Tulane with an 8.
Jeanette got a 9.
Okay. Jeanette with 9.
Arya got an 11.
Arya got an 11. Got you.
Hi, Matt.
What?
And I got a 15.
15, okay. Boom, boom. So while it's the creatures first. While you're there, after all these explosions happen, you go to attack again, and there is like a fog cloud that appears. So it's like hard to see them.
Okay.
And one of them is going to come up and try and attack you, I think. Yeah, one of them does come up and try to attack you. But you don't have to do anything because it's an ice burst, and you're immune to ice damage right now. So it comes up and it like ice breaths you, and like basically there's a fog cloud. You can't see the other one, but this other one sneaks up and tries to hurt you, but it it misses, or it hits, but it doesn't do anything. So it's astonished right now, basically. But next would be your turn, or Deidra's turn.
Okay. Let's see. They're like on top of me right now, right?
One of them just blew ice at you. It is, I would say, it's a couple feet. Well, it's 5 feet from you.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? I also have another spell that I can do. I just don't have it yet.
You don't have. What do you mean? You haven't. You can't. You don't have it pulled up yet.
Yeah, let's do lightning bolt again.
Okay. So to be clear, you can only see the one in front of you, but the lightning will still go in a 100-foot line.
Okay. So it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
$16.
I think that passes.
Okay.
Yep.
How much damage?
So 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 25. So
25? Okay, so that one explodes into ice. Also, ice doesn't hurt you because you're right next to it, but it is hurting the deck of the ship. Boom, boom.
It's hurting the ship.
Remember how the ice shards hit the ship the first time?
Yeah.
It's only it's not too bad. Don't worry, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's basically they're just going to have to fix the deck after the fight.
I think one of my people has mending. Will that work?
Yep. Next is Arya.
Arya.
Again, the thing is hiding inside the fog.
I feel like she's missing spells, but that's fine.
She probably is.
She's frosted, so.
I didn't add any of the extra spells this time, but we can go over it after the game.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Would shape water help get rid of the fog? Because fog is technically water.
It depends on how much. Like, it can shape a certain amount of water, but I don't know if it has to be in a 5-foot space. So let me check real quick. Shape water. Boom,
I can
boom.
Google it.
Shape water. But that might work.
Five-foot cube.
Yeah. So she can do it she can push it away in a 5-foot cube or turn it into something else.
I'll have her come up to me and do a 5-foot cube around us.
So, okay. So it's like more open around you. So she absorbs this fogginess and turns it into water.
Okay.
And it is on the floor.
That's her turn.
That's her turn?
Yeah. Who's next?
Jeanette.
Jeanette. I'm gonna have her do Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Just like off to the side of the ship. Since she can't see them, maybe it'll run into it. I don't know.
I got you.
Kind of like where I am, like on the side.
Okay. So basically if it tries to like engage with you, you want it in front of you so that it hurts it?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that Jeanette can do too, I like kind of built her this way. I haven't told you about it, so I'm just going to tell you real quick. When she casts Cloud of Daggers, she can use her sorcery points to use a cantrip, and one of her cantrips is, oh goodness, what's it called? Minor Illusion. So she can use the Cloud of Daggers in a 5-foot square, and then Minor Illusion in a 5-foot square to make it look like the 5-foot square is normal. Basically.
Let's do that.
And then that way she has a hidden Cloud of Daggers trap thing during combat.
Let's do that.
Okay.
But like, can the animals see in the fog too?
So, like, the creature can see, and if she makes it invisible, what am I saying? If she makes it invisible, it'll be invisible, but she can make it so that, like, basically you guys could see it from where you're at, and then, like, there's a circle around it where they can't, because it's just an illusion. Basically, they'd walk through it. It's like a hologram. I don't know how to say that right.
Okay.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. So, basically, she does it in a way where you guys can see it, but the creature would walk into it still. If it comes right in front of you, anyway. Do you want her to do anything else on her turn?
No.
And then next is Tulane.
I don't know what I want to do. What does Silent Image do?
Silent Image, it's basically the same as the Minor Illusion. It's just it can walk and move. It just can't make noises. So it's like a hologram that walks or that can move and do other things, and it'll just keep doing it on repeat.
Okay, let's have her do that and make another like one of herself that like walks around.
Okay. And so if you want to make one that like goes in the like is going into the fog and trying to drag this thing back, we can do like a charisma. I'll let you do like a performance check with the illusion with her to basically draw this thing out.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Okay. And are you doing it like by that Cloud of Daggers too?
Yeah.
Because it can walk through it without getting hurt, essentially.
Yeah.
You got it. So go ahead and give me a performance check.
18.
18 performance. Okay, let me see if this thing can figure out what's going on. I don't think it's going to be able to, but I got to roll. Boom, boom. Yeah, definitely not. So yeah, this illusion is doing well. On it, next would be the your turn, or no, the creature's turn.
The creature's turn, I thought.
Yeah, it is the creature's turn. Sorry, but yeah, so basically during this turn, like she makes this illusion that's taunting it, and it's doing a good job, and it flies straight into the cloud of daggers. So you can go ahead and roll damage for those. And I think
let me look up what it is.
I'm pretty sure I need to make a save too, but I don't remember. I think it's just if they walk into it, they take the damage though.
Yeah, I think if they walk into it, they just take damage, but let me look.
Boom, boom. I love Jeanette's, like, it's cool because she has all the mind stuff, but then I just, like, decided randomly to make it so that she has Cloud of Daggers and, like, the Blade Ward thing. Not, what's it called?
Yeah.
Sword Burst.
Okay, we're going to do 44.
44, okay.
Ah! 2, 5, 9, 12 damage.
Okay, it explodes as well.
Yee!
How far does this explosion go? 5 foot, yeah. And you're immune to ice, so this creature blows up, and then the fog dissipates.
Oh, I broke it.
What's up?
Nothing, I just thought that was funny. Okay.
You hear the queen in your head. She's like, we must be close. If there's ice monsters. But according to her direction, you still have another day of travel. Sorry.
Huh?
What did you say?
I said, hopefully there's not as many.
She's like, yeah. She's like, hopefully. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so you have one more day of travels. So go ahead and give me one more d6 roll.
One more day of travel?
Yep.
6. Ew.
Six. Okay, you're good. Actually, after a while, you do start to see some. There is like a what's it called? Oh goodness, I'm sorry. A iceberg sticking out of the water.
Iceberg.
And there is actually
I love their shakes.
What's up?
I love their shakes.
There's like a crevice in the inside of the iceberg that looks like a cave of some sorts. But yes, you find an iceberg.
We found a cave.
You hear
nice cave.
Your father's like, is this it?
I think so. Is this it, Queen?
She's like, I feel like it must be close.
Oh.
Your dad's basically like, okay, let's drop anchor. And he drops anchor, and he's like, if you guys want to go check it out.
Yep, let's go check it out.
Cool. He's like, your eyes are really freaking me out.
Me too, dude.
If you look in a mirror,
me too, bruh.
If you look in a mirror, it looks like your actual eyes are gone, and there's just like, what's it called? Like, It looks like there's blue stars inside the holes where your eyes would be.
Freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Freaky Friday. Okay.
But yeah, you take the
so we go down into the crevice.
Cool. So you take one of the rowboats over to the ice place and set it up over there. And yeah, there's a cave that like it like descends down. What?
Ice caves. This brings me back.
Yeah, right. Boom, boom. Sorry, I'm looking for something real quick. Why are we doing this? What on earth? Sorry. You go to the cave, and it is steep. You guys can walk down. You guys can like try to walk down there, but you do feel like you'll slip if you go either way.
Well, let's take a rope with us.
Yeah, so all of you have
to the rowboat.
I'm pretty sure all of you have either 60 or 30 feet in rope. I don't remember. I think it's 30 feet of foot rope each. I could be wrong though. Ooh. Ow.
50 feet. Oh.
60
50
feet?
feet.
Oh, 50 feet.
50.
Okay, each of you have, so each of the other girls would have that as well. Gosh.
So let's tie it together, because we don't know how deep this is.
And you're just gonna shove a spike like at the other end?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give me, it can be strength rolls or whatever. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this page keeps updating on me. It's driving me nuts. It's like, let me click the button, yo.
What kind of a roll did you want?
So it can be a strength and or a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand was 21.
21? Okay. You feel like you placed this spike perfectly and it's looking good. And when you tie the rope to it, it's looking really good too.
Perfect.
But yeah, you guys start to lower yourself down and start basically holding on to this rope so you don't fall. And I'm going to say just roll for each person a dexterity save, but you can roll it at advantage.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
I don't think I can get better than... Okay. Tulane got 19.
Okay.
Jeanette got a natural 20.
Cool. Is that everybody?
You need the other controller. You need the other one.
Boom.
Sorry. And Arya got a natural 20.
Okay, so all of them...
There's all of my natural 20s for the whole game.
All of you guys get down this shaft very easily. Once you get down here, you notice that there is a crate and like a old backpack, like resting up against it.
Go ask Grandma to put in her Wi-Fi password. An old backpack?
Yeah. So there's like an old backpack and a crate down at the bottom. The crate is open. There's nothing in it, and then there's a backpack that it's basically like an old leather backpack that is like still like tied shut.
Let's open the backpack.
Okay, so when you
backpack.
When you open this backpack, it's everything in there is like pretty like old and damaged, but you find basically it's like an old book that's all like water and iced up, if that makes sense.
Old book.
Yeah, you find an old book that's like basically just water damaged. The next thing you find is a set of leather gloves in there that are just like leather gloves. And then the last couple things are a navigation or navigator's tools and a basically it was a meal kit, but it's all unedible now.
Okay. So, is this the bottom?
So there's like a big room around you that's like just an ice cavern. But there are like corridors that go down. So there's a couple of separate corridors that you can follow if you would like.
Okay. Let's see. I ask the queen, I say, do you know like where you were from here?
She's basically like, she like looks down, or she's looking through your eyes, I guess. She's like, I'm not sure where I was from here. All I know is I just froze us in place and died that way.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Okay. Let's just go down one of the corridors, I guess.
Okay.
There's gonna be ice monsters in here.
Probably.
So how many are there?
The corridors, there are 3 separate corridors. There's basically one, like if you're coming through the entrance, there's one on the right of you, one straight down, and there's another one just to the left of the one that goes straight down.
Okay, let's go to the left one.
The left one? You got it.
I want to go left.
So walking this way, there is like the corridor like wraps under. You can like look, and the corridor goes straight, and there's the left one that wraps underneath this one. So if you go down, it basically like spirals down. But as you keep going, you do hear like some crunching noises. Is that the word I want to use?
Exciting.
Yeah, crunching noises.
Okay.
Jeez. Boom, boom. And as you are down there, are you guys
Filipino grapefruit?
Eating a grapefruit?
What? Sorry.
As you are down there, I'm going to say that you guys have a what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm clicking on stuff and it's just not working. So I'm told it's doing good, dude. But yeah, you see figures walking ahead of you once you go down a couple of layers. Like there are creatures down here walking like humanoid looking.
That's scary. We're gonna walk over there.
Okay, as you walk up, there is a... It looks like... What's the word I want to say here? It is a barnacle-y looking zombie. Does that make sense?
Barnacle-looking zombie.
Yeah. The zombie with barnacles.
Should I attack it?
Are you saying anything as you walk up, or are you just attacking?
I just say hello.
You say hello, and this creature like turns and looks at you. And it's weird because they look like they're still underwater, even though they're not. Like there's hairs like floating around. But they do seem initially hostile when they turn, but then once they see you with like your glowing eyes, they basically just like they kind of curtsy at you.
Curtsy?
Yeah. I'm going to grab my other drink. But they basically bow to you. Oh.
My queen!
As they bow to you, like...
Well, you're saying I could become the queen of queens?
Maybe. But basically they bow to you. And then, like, they get up, they, like, lean up, and they're moving their mouths, but, like, only gurgling is coming out. So you just can't understand. Basically, they're trying to talk, but it's not working. Is the vibe you're getting.
Okay.
But they basically, like, bow to you and then start trying to talk, and then they kind of get into, like, a formation pose. As if they're, like, soldiers.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell them, just say, like, follow us.
And they do another, like, bow. And they get in formation behind you.
Okay. So we're gonna keep walking down.
Okay.
And we're just, like, looking around, I guess, to see if we can see, like, any of the bodies or anything.
Yeah. So basically, you don't see any, like, ship parts quite yet as you're going down. But you are, like, descending, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
As you go, will you roll a d12 for me?
That's this one, right?
Ooh, it's the one with 12 sides. Yeah. It's that one.
10.
10. Okay, you find 10 more of these creatures that initially seem like they would be hostile, but they obey what you say.
Okay, I'm a little scared.
As you're going down.
This is like a crazy ghost story right now.
Yeah. But one of them, like, so you tell them to go into formation, and one of them basically approaches you and is, like, doing some gestures with its hands, and is basically, like, say, like, pointing and, like, going, look. Like, he's basically, like, showing you away. And if you look in the direction that he's pointing, you do eventually see there's, like, wooden doorways attached to the ice. Because basically they brought you down to a big corridor, and that's where the 10 other guys were. And one of them leads you to this door. Within this door, you actually...
12 of these guys with me right now, right?
What's up?
So I have 12 of these guys with me?
13.
13? Okay.
You have 13 with you.
Wait.
As you walk into this next room, it is an actual, like, ship deck. And when you're on that ship deck, you can, like, walk up. It'll take you to... There's, like, every doorway is open. So this is, like, the second layer... or I guess, yeah, the second layer of a large ship. But yeah, basically, you are on a ship now.
Okay.
And
so, let's just look around the room, see if there's anything in there.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
I don't think I have an addition to my investigation, so good luck. 17.
17. So within the large room, you're not really seeing much. It really was just like, it's pretty empty, and like obviously it was like destroyed and went into this. It basically is a sunken ship. But as you fought, if you look through other corridors, most of the rooms are empty and have some like old furniture and things. But you do find one room that actually has a large treasure chest in it.
Ayo, treasure! I'm gonna open the treasure chest.
Okay. Let me check something here.
Is Vanth with us?
Vanth is still on his ship. He just like let you guys go.
Okay, cool. I should know because he said he was excited about finding treasure. So
he's like, I'll go with you to find treasure. Basically, like, so here's the way I'm like playing your parents right now. I'm letting them like they've had their adventures and done a lot of crazy things, and they're just there to kind of like help you. Is kind of where I'm at with them. So Vanth is like, I'll take you wherever you want to go and let you do your thing.
Cool.
I'll help you if you need it, but for the most part, they're gonna stay out of it for the most part until you actually need them. You know? But as you go to open this treasure chest, I need you to make what is it? Either dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw.
It's the same either way. Hold on. Oh. I rolled a natural 1, so I'm re-rolling.
You got it. For those of you who don't know, she's a halfling, so she can re-roll her natural 1.
19!
19. As you go, since you've had things like just this mask sucked onto your face, you know when something's trying to adhere to you. So you go to open this this treasure chest, and you feel like a suction or a stickiness come on, and you immediately jump back. And this treasure chest opens its top, and it has a giant mouth. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh! I love these things. Okay. Okay, let's start with me. I got a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Arya got a 9.
Okay. 13, Arya 9. You got it.
And then Jeanette got a 4.
4, okay.
And Tulane got a 17. Okay.
And okay. So Tulane is first.
Let's see, what does this do? I feel like this won't do anything to it, but she doesn't really have any other like spells that'll cause a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Without like,
Wait, what spell are you trying to do with Tulane?
Ray of Sickness I'm thinking about, but
Okay.
I don't feel like I can poison a treasure chest.
If you want to make like a nature check or some like, I don't know. If you can reasonably come up with a check other than a nature check that would work, we can do that too. But just to see if she feels like it'll do the damage, we can do that too. Or Arcana even.
Let's do Arcana.
You got it?
She got a natural 20.
Natural 20. She knows this is not, like, the poison will definitely hurt this thing.
It will?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then let's do Ray of Sickness.
Okay.
I'm going to make a spell attack. So, 22.
22. 22 hits.
I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
How strong is this thing?
How much damage is it?
14 poison damage.
Okay. 14. It still seems in good condition after hitting it.
Is it my turn or the creature's turn?
It is Deidra's turn.
Okay, I'm going to do... I think I want to do a Witch Bolt on it.
Okay. And what kind of save is that on my part? Or do you just roll a hit?
It's a roll to hit.
Okay.
14 plus 5, 19.
Okay, 19 definitely hits. Sorry, I'm so yawny tonight.
It's okay, I am too.
I feel like they're contagious.
Another 14 damage.
14k. You got it. Yeah. It's taking these hits like a champ.
Is it?
But if that's everything you're doing for your turn, it's Arya's turn.
What's the stats for my crossbow?
So it would be a light crossbow. Do I not have it on your page?
No.
I think it's a D8 in damage. It might be a D6, though. Let me check real quick.
I had... But...
So if you want to use the light crossbow, you have to use both of your hands. So you would have to drop the witch bolt.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm going to do...
Boom, boom.
Can I do twin spell and hit it again?
Yeah. So you'd have to recast Witch Bolt if you want to do it again, though.
I thought that was with quicken spell.
Or wait, what's going on? If you twin spell it, there has to be another thing to hit, and it's just the one.
Well, I don't like that.
That's just how it works, Namba.
Okay, let's have it be Arya's turn then.
Okay, it is Arya's turn.
I'm gonna have her do ice knife.
Ice knife, okay. Roll to hit. Boom.
19 plus my spell save, but that hits.
It definitely hits. Boom.
1d10. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
9.
13.
That fails.
Okay.
9. 14. 20 damage.
20 damage? Okay. It's not looking good. It's having a hard time, like, keeping its treasure chest looking form now.
Okay.
Boom.
You really wanted to put one of these in here, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. The next one is... It's called a mimic, by the way. But,
It's what?
It's a mimic.
Mimic, yeah.
It's its turn. It's the mimic's turn. It is going to attempt... Sorry, I'm looking at stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to roll a d4 to see who it wants to hit. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to try and hit Arya. And it is going to jump out. Okay. Sorry, I'm like looking at stuff. Let's see what if it can hit. So got a 12 to hit.
That is my AC.
For Arya?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. So that hits. Next. A d8 plus 3. Gracious. 4 damage. So it's going to do 4 damage to Arya. And you get the you can kind of tell it doesn't really, it can't move super fast. It like slurps its way over there, bites her with its like treasure chest mouth. And yeah. Next is Jeanette's turn.
Jeanette. Nope, can't do that. All of hers are like bursting or like...
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna run up to it and cast, Sword Burst.
Okay. She runs up and the swords pop out. What do I need? The Constitution save or Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Okay. So I got a 16, 17.
17, that passes.
Okay.
It doesn't say that they take half damage or anything.
So if it's a cantrip, it just doesn't do damage if it fails. Doesn't she have Mind Sliver too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why should I use that?
No, you can use whatever you want. I was just trying to figure out, like, I was trying to remember what, like, attack spells I gave her, and so that was more just for me. Boom, boom. But next would be
Telane's turn?
Yes, Telane.
Sorry, I have to Google all of these spells.
Mm-hmm. No, you're good. I know there's a lot there. I really should go buy, like, a thing of spell cards, or just print a bunch, but I hate printing them because then I have to cut them all out.
Yeah. Let's do... what did I do last time? Ray of Sickness?
Uh-huh.
Let's do that again, I guess.
And I would say at level 4, she would know Hold Monster now, too.
Hold Monster at level 4?
Yeah. And then don't forget, she can call her little shadow dog to come and attack.
Oh, yeah. That costs some sorcery points, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3. I don't remember. But she should have 6 or 7. Depending on... Yeah, 7. Because it's your level.
Hold Monster is a 5th level.
Okay. Dang. Why did I think it was 4th?
Okay, let's use my sorcery points.
Okay.
To summon him as a bonus action.
What did we name the dog?
I don't remember.
Oh, Dusty.
Dusty.
But yeah, it gets a direwolf stats. Do you have all the stuff written for it? I don't know if you do.
I don't.
Okay. I'll tell you what it does real quick. Boom, boom. So it's going to summon the dog. I'm just going to say it takes its turn on the turn after hers. But basically, here's what goes down. The hound is medium size, no larger, but it counts as a monstrosity. It appears with temporary hit points equals to her sorcerer level, so 7 extra hit points. And it can move through other creature spaces as if it were difficult terrain. Basically, it can walk through walls and through people. And at the start of its turn, it automatically knows where its target is. So, let me see. It costs 3 sorcery points. And as long as she can see the creature within 120 feet, the hound can go up and just attack it. It can use its turn. What does it say? On its turn, it can move only towards the target in the most direct path. And it can use its action to attack. And it can also make opportunity attacks, but only against the target. So basically, it can only hit the target it's after. And when the hound is in that target space, the target has disadvantage on saving throws against spells cast at it. But once that creature is dead, the hound disappears. But it's got direwolf stats. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to do Ray of Sickness again at a level 2 slot.
Okay. Boom, boom. What's the save again? Constitution?
It's not a save. It's a roll to hit. And I got a 22.
Okay. That hits. For sure.
3d8. 16 damage.
16 damage. Okay. It is dead. It crumbles to the floor into a puddle of goo.
Heck yeah.
But yes, it is gone. As you guys walk down this corridor and like keep looking through rooms, like I said, most of them are bare and still like have furniture and things. But you do get to a room that takes you basically down to the lower deck, and there is how do I say this? Once you get down the stairway, there's a doorway that you walk through, and the room is dry, but there is a wall of water. It's not ice, it's water. And you can see a creature, it looks like a giant squid thing, like swimming around in the water.
Giant squid.
Mm-hmm.
Is it evil?
Go ahead and, I guess, make an insight check.
Is it evil? 18.
18. When you see this thing, you're looking at it, you're like, why do I understand, like, you're like, where do I know this thing from? And it dawns on you that you think this thing is a kraken, but it's a baby.
A baby kraken.
But one thing you would know because of this 18 is krakens can talk, like, telepathically to people, and they know, like, a bunch of different languages. But yeah. So, well, they can't, like, talk, but they can understand languages, and they can be talked to, if that makes sense. So, yeah. There is a baby...
So it can't talk to me telepathically?
So, yeah. It could talk to you telepathically, but it can't, like, speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I'm gonna go up to it.
Okay.
Not in the water. Like, go up to the
wall.
Yeah, up to the
wall. I got you.
And just be like, hey, what are you doing here?
You ask it what it's doing here, it's like, how do I want to play this? It's like, I've been captoed. Nope, that's not the voice I want to do.
I've been captoed.
It's like...
That is...
It sounds a lot like Trav. That's why I immediately cringed. It's basically like, I've been captured down here for a long time. Not really a long time. Just, I can't get out.
I'm sorry.
It's like, yeah. And it, like, swishes around. It's basically like, I just want to eat. Do you have things I can eat?
Have some fish.
He's like, fish? I like fish.
I throw him some fish.
So, do you just throw it into, like, the wall of water?
Yeah.
You, like, throw the fish into there, and they go, whoosh, like, float in, and he, like, goes up to it and, like, shovels the fish into its mouth, and then, like, walks out of the water, like, on its tentacles, like, straight up. It's like, whoa. He's like, do you know how to get out of here?
No.
He's like, oh. So it, like, it kind of, like, walks around. You're lying when you say you get out. You don't know the way out, right?
No.
Yes, you are. You know the way out.
No, I don't.
Make a deception check.
18.
18. Let's see what its inside is.
I like these dice.
Boom, boom. Ooh, I just rolled a 19. It's like, why would you lie to me? Like, it just knows you're lying.
It's not that I'm lying, because, like, it's been, like, a lot of twists and turns to get in here, so I don't know exactly the way out, but I'm sure we could find our way out when we really try to.
It, like, walks into the corner and puts its, like, two, like, big tentacles into, like, a folded arm position. Roll persuasion.
18.
18? Okay. Okay. He's like, well, if you show me the way out, I would be indebted to you.
A Kraken indebted me? Okay.
He's like, what are you doing down here?
We're looking for the queen.
He's like, I don't know any queen.
She's frozen down here.
Oh. He's like, there's a lot of people frozen down here. And you see him, like, dive back into the water and whoosh, like, spin and, like, swim down over to it. There's a door inside the water that he, like, busts open, and, like, he's like, there's frozen people in here.
Frozen people in here?
Yeah. But it's like, he, like, swam into the water and opened a door and, like, swam down some more.
Okay. Can you bring them up here?
Let's see if he can. He's like, I could try. He's like, I'll make you a deal. If you get me more fish and get me out of here, I'll get this thing out of here.
Okay.
Okay. And he, he's in the other room, and you can hear, like chipping under the water, like, it's like ripples through the water, and you can actually see, like, a boom, like, just like crazy ripples coming through the water from him, like, trying to break this ice. And he's like, it's really hard.
That's really hard.
He's doing a bad job of, like, trying to get it out, if I'm being honest. But after a while, he does get, basically, he swims out with, like, a chunk, like, of ice, and he, like, lays it in the water, and, like, one of them's a man who's, like, basically his hands are in his face. He's like, is this a queen?
I, like, ask the queen, do you recognize any of these people?
The queen, she's like, she takes a look at this guy, and she's like, yes, he was my servant. His name was Octic. Octic.
Is there anyone else in that block, or just him?
There's just him in the block. So basically, there's, like, a double doorway that the Kraken swam through, and he's, like, chipping people out and bringing them in one by one. So he brought the one guy in. And so there's a chunk of ice with Octic in there. And then he goes swimming again. He's like, one of them's... He's like, one of them's really hurt me when I, like, try to get it out. It's really hurting.
Did you roll?
Oh.
Did you roll a natural 1?
So I keep rolling, like, I rolled a 1 and a 4, but he eventually, after a while being in there and, like, trying to break stuff, he brings a chunk of ice out, and there's, like, a woman in a dress, like, with her arms out, and, like, her hair is flowing behind her, and her dress is, like, all furled out. And you can, like, right when the queen sees it, she says, that's me.
I could tell by the description.
But, yeah,
Okay.
there is a woman in a very elegant looking dress, in a chunk of ice under the water.
Okay. I like that I picked the right corridor.
Mm-hmm. The Kraken's like looking at it. He's like, "Is this one a queen?"
It is.
He's like,
"This
"Whoa."
is the queen."
He's like, "Okay." He's like, "Oh,
you want to come with us?
He's like, "I want to get out of here."
Okay. Come on.
And he like walks out like on his tentacles, and you can just see one big eye like looking at you. But it drags like the ice block out, and once it gets out of the water, it's like noticeably heavier. The thing can like put it under its arm, but it's still a huge creature. Does that make sense? So I would say it's like, gosh, what is huge? I'd say it's around 16 feet tall. It could be bigger. Let me check real quick.
A quacken.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quacken.
A baby quacking. Yeah, 15 feet. Okay.
Baby quacken.
He is 15 by 15, the Kraken.
Holy crap. Okay.
And he drags this chunk of ice, but he does put it like, if his like tentacle that has like barbs on it were like an arm, like a Squidward arm, it like is holding this chunk of ice under it.
Great. Is he gonna fit up the crevice?
So you know that like him going up the corridor, he would not fit because it's just such a tight squeeze. So if you want the Kraken out, you're gonna have to find another way to break him out of this corridor, if that makes sense.
Don't you know how squids work?
I mean, he could squeeze through things, but he's not underwater anymore.
You don't have to be underwater.
Well, it doesn't say in his stat block that he can do that, so once it does, I'll let him.
Alright, we're gonna have to find a different way out of here that you're gonna fit.
He's like, "Oh, you notice all of the those zombie things that look like they're underwater? They're just in formation down the hall. All 13 of them.
Can they make the corridor bigger?
Can they?
Yeah.
If you ask them to, they like look around and like some of them start like breaking doors and trying to like break walls and stuff, but really like even though this is like a really old ship, it's still pretty sturdy, especially for their like barnacly like bodies. So like they can like work at it and like chip a way through, but basically it's going to take forever if they were to do that. Like it would take days.
Did you think I was gonna attack this Kraken?
Yeah. Well, I thought a lot of different things. Boom, boom. But the Kraken is walking.
I guess we could try the other corridors. Would he fit?
What do you mean? Like check where the other ones go up top?
Yeah.
Because there's the one that descends and the other one's up top, kind of like we're still on like they were just under the ice, if that makes sense. So this one is definitely the lowest corridor. So you know that both of those ones still don't lead down there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But can he fit through the corridor to go up to the other corridors?
So that's the issue. You can't go up like the spiral corridor that I was talking about. That's the one he can't fit up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know how to get him out of here. I would like to have a Kraken indebted to me.
Yeah. He jumps back into the water and starts doing his thing. He's like, what? He's like, can you just bring me more fish?
Yeah. I give him all of the fish that I have.
Okay. And you fish every day, so you have probably a ton.
I have a lot of fish.
But
I'm sure.
But yeah, you feed him your, like, I guess, catch of the day. I don't know. He's like, He's like, you gotta help me out of here. Well,
can I come back for you?
He's like, well, who's going to take the big tug of ice for you?
I don't know.
So there is like a giant chunk of ice just like chilling there with this lady's body in it. And the queen talks to you. What's up?
I don't know how to get him out of there.
And the queen talks to you. She's like, so just melt the ice and you can put the mask on me and I'll come back to life.
What if I don't want to put the mask back on you?
He's like, what do you mean?
What if I want to be queen?
She's like, that makes it like, she's like, why would you do that? You'd come all the way down here to save me and then don't save me?
Yeah.
She's like, just like you said, I'm probably not even going to be queen anyway. I just want to live and not be stuck in a mask. Or another person's body, for that matter.
I don't want you in my head anymore either. So.
She's like, okay. Then we have a agreement.
Can I keep the mask? Oh no, I can't, huh?
We'll see.
Okay. So, we start working on melting this ice.
And I'll say that whoever had shape water, you can use shape water to like basically help you with the delicate parts where her body would be.
That's what I was thinking.
Because like otherwise, like it's pretty dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
But how are you going to bust her out?
I'm gonna use. I don't know. I don't want to use electricity. Can Witch Bolt make it melt?
So Witch Bolt, like, yeah, but it will also ripple throughout the ice. So, like, it could damage her body, is what I'm trying to say.
What about Booming Blade?
Booming Blade, so that would, like, it's still like a weapon attack that does electric damage, so, like, the weapon attack will be good at breaking the outside, but, like, you still, if it ripples too much, it still could hurt the body. If that makes sense.
Okay. Why don't we all just start hitting it with our daggers?
Yeah, and you have that whole group of zombies, too.
Yeah.
They have, like, old barnacle swords and things they can use to, like, pick her out.
So we'll start doing that.
Okay. So you guys start picking, and after a while of you guys working on this ice, give me... What kind of check would this be? Like being delicate? I guess just a dexterity or athletics check? I don't know. Give me an athletics check to see if you can break through it today, and then we'll do a sleight of hand check to make sure we don't hurt anything once we get to the significant part, through the significant part of ice.
Okay, I got an 18 for athletics.
Okay, so you guys get like close enough to the body where you can like start being like careful.
And a 19 for sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay, you are so good at like not hurting this body. You do eventually get close enough to where you can cast the spell and just like take the water off of it. And her body is like perfectly intact. It's still like pretty frozen, like the body is, but it's to the point where you could place the mask on it.
Okay.
And it obviously comes loose for you.
She allows me to take it off.
Yeah. So
I put it on her.
Mm-hmm. And you see the eyes like flick open, and they have that same crystally look to it. And she like slowly stands up. She's like, whew. She's like she just seems so like you can like see her take a breath and like just like feel her own body for a second, like just like whew. She's like, you've done me the greatest service that any people could have possibly have ever done for me.
You're welcome.
She's like, what do you say we get out of here?
Sure.
She's like, let me see what she can do here. Boom, boom, boom.
Can't she control ice? So she could get the freaking Kraken out of there.
Yeah, she can do a lot of stuff. I'm just seeing if she has like a teleport spell real quick. Let me check. 5E. Boom. You teleport yourself from a current location to another spot within range. In the exact spot you desire. So, she can... Let's see how far this goes, though. Range of 500 feet. Is it only a self spell? You teleport yourself from your... So that's one she can cast on herself. Let's see if she has one that she can cast on... Sorry. She has a lot of spells, so now I'm looking up spells. Plane shift? Let's see if plane shift does it. You and 8 willing creatures who link hands in a circle teleport to a different plane of existence.
Well, that's a different plane of existence. We need just to teleport to the ship.
I know. I'm just... Maybe she can use this to get you guys somewhere. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, if you know the sigil sequence of teleportation circle or another plane of existence, the spell can take you to that circle. If the teleportation circle is too small to hold the creature you are transporting, it appears in the closest unoccupied space. So it can either take you to a different plane or a teleportation circle.
So we can go to the ship.
Yep. And she's seen it, so she sets up this... She uses this plane shift. Let's see how this works. So she's like, everybody grab hands. So you and all the ladies, the Kraken puts out a tentacle. And everybody is in a circle. And you guys flip onto the ship into Vance's office. And what?
Just a 15 by 15 Kraken.
Yeah. So the Kraken is in the office, or it appears just outside the office, rather, because it wouldn't fit in that space.
Yeah.
So it appears just outside, and you can hear it go.
That would probably be so terrifying.
And everybody on the ship is like, what on earth? And the Kraken dives off the side. He's like, thank you so much. She's like, thank you so much. And it like swims over around and is still like talking to you guys. It's basically like, if you need anything from me, just let me know. I'm going to eat all the fish and as much stuff as I can now. Basically, it's just like, I'm going to eat everything. But if you need me, contact me and I'll come.
Cool.
Boom, boom. So I'm assuming whoever can message would message them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But the Kraken swims off.
Bye, Kraken.
You see the queen walk out of the room after the Kraken's gone, and she basically like is using a spell on her clothes to make them different. She's like, first things first, I want to look presentable. And like it's still a beautiful dress. It's just got tons of water on it, basically, from all the melting and stuff. But she's like, yeah, like it's been preserved pretty well. But she's like, I don't want to be in this at all.
Get with the times, lady.
She's like, that's the thing. If it's been 100 years, I'm sure the fashion's different too. But yeah, she's basically like, she's like, I know you guys said it would be my own problem and everything, but do you mind at least helping me figure out what's going on with this new world, and then I can figure out how I'm going to convince these people that I am the queen that went missing. She's like, even if they don't allow me to be like involved in government, I'm sure it's would be notable to them.
I guess.
So I would say Arya would know. Like her little tavern that she works at, the main guy there always tells the story about the queen and like is always telling like tourists about it and things like that. So like there are people in Queens that would be very interested in knowing that she's back for sure. But I'm going to say we can work on like sailing back, and then we can end the session there, and we will pick up on what we do with the queen next time.
Okay.
If that's cool with you.
That's cool with me.
Okay. So yeah, I will say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. What do I normally say? If you want to watch more episodes, more of our lives that we've done, I post every live that we do to our YouTube. And you can just find that through my Instagram button on my profile. And yeah. We will see you next time. We also go live every Tuesday at 7 Mountain Standard Time. So yeah. Thanks for watching again, and peace out.
Bye.
Oh.